If you're looking for some of the best old-fashioned burgers and shakes in town, Lotta Burger is the place to go for all of your favorites. Lotta Burger, 2260 South 3rd, Memphis, Tennessee, 901-946-2001. They're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. And the items on their menu include single, double, triple burgers, Philly sandwiches, smoked sausage, beef hot dogs, grilled cheese, tenders, fries, onion rings, and more. Call-in orders must be done before 11 a.m. No calls accepted after 11 a.m. Drive-thru is available. Hungry for a burger? Lotta Burger, 2260 South 3rd, Memphis, Tennessee, 901-946-2001. Don't just settle for any burger. Get a Lotta Burger.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Make big time plays, gotta get it in a big time way. Let's get it on the grind, head on the line. Gotta stay focused, gotta keep a sound mind. Let's go hard or go home, go long and go strong. Don't back down or give in. When it's tough, that's when we press on. Gotta dig deep, gotta dig in. Hunger for the victory, hunger for the win. Ready to make a play, let's get it in.
And welcome. We are live in full effect. This is Talkback Live Sports here on a Thursday, man. I definitely appreciate y'all for listening, tuning in. Maybe however you may be listening, man, I definitely appreciate y'all for checking us out once again on this Thursday. Y'all know what we do each and every Thursday. It is Memphis Tigers preview this week, and I got a man on the line right now, so we're just going to dive right on into it. He is the co-host of TSR Live, which is on TigerSportsReport.com. As you know, my man Isaac Simpson on the line with me. And Isaac, man, how are you feeling leading up to what many are calling the biggest weekend in Tiger football history, man?
Right, yeah, it's a big deal. to not only get college game day, but I think more importantly to have the prime 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern time on ABC. It's just I don't even think you can quantify how big this is for the program and for the city to just kind of be at the pinnacle of college football for a day. I mean, when you turn on ESPN and the different shows, they're going to be talking about Memphis and this type of football program. And I don't even think, I mean, you look at just even 5-6 years ago, you could never have dreamed that anything like this was even possible. And for the city and the program to have this spotlight, man, it's unbelievable. And it's a big opportunity because this type of football team going to be set across the field against the SMU team that can put some points on the board. It's going to be a tough game. But again, man, I think to have the spotlight, and shout out to SMU because if it wasn't for them coming in here undefeated and being ranked where they were, we probably wouldn't be here. But it's going to be a spotlight for Memphis. It's going to be a great day for this city and for this program. Yeah,
definitely, man. And it's been quite really a week leading into everything that's coming up this weekend because for wondering, okay, we know game day is coming. It's no problem. They're just going to announce it whenever. Yeah. Then people start getting scared. It's like, hold on now, what's going on? But then they went ahead and brought it out. What are your thoughts on before we get into the game? Because everybody's kind of talked about all the periphery stuff, but what were your thoughts about choosing Beal over Tiger Lane? That seemed like it was a big contention with some of the fans, depending on who you talk to. To me, it's whatever. But what did you think about that? Did it surprise you?
Well, I know for the university wanted it to be on Tiger Lane. Okay. ESPN wanted it to be on Beale Street. And I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, and I think I personally think it's better with it being on Beale because I think that they no doubt about it, they've had traffic issues. I have fans tell me all the time how bad the traffic is getting in and out of the game, which I stay late for the press conference and all that, so I don't have problem getting out of there. But the traffic around the stadium is terrible, and that would have made it even worse. I think having two different sites, having game day on Beale in the morning and having the game before it's at the Liberty Bowl, I think that alleviates some of those traffic problems and issues because it gives fans an opportunity to go down on Beale, man, and party down there for a while and then go over to the Liberty Bowl and do the normal tailgate and stuff, and it won't be as crazy as it would be if they had to set everything set up on there. So, but I think it's better being on Beale because I think it shows different aspects of Memphis because, I mean, you're going to have the Liberty Bowl, the stadium, and all that stuff. That's going to be on ABC in the evening time. But you have a big part of Memphis and Memphis history plastered all over your television all day and all that morning. So I think it kind of shows two aspects. I kind of like the fact that it's on Beale, and I think it just shows downtown Memphis. You're going to have FedEx Forum in the backdrop, and I think it tells the city of Memphis. Now, a lot of Tiger fans are saying that they don't think it should be about Memphis. It should be more about the but I don't agree with that aspect. I like the fact that it's on Beale, and I think they made the right decision. Yeah,
I actually agree 100%, man. And like you said, they get to show off both aspects of Memphis, and really it makes this a citywide event. I mean, you talk about starting
not just a university thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you start off, in the morning on Beale. People are going to be turning up way earlier than usual. I'm talking about 5, 6 in the morning. Then going into the night for the game, people traveling to Tiger Lane, getting the tailgating and all that. It's a very rare experience, man. And I really can't wait to see what it all looks like, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, it's big for those businesses down in that area on Beale Street, man. Those vendors, man, they're gonna, because it's gonna start on Friday. They're gonna be making money all Friday night. They're basically saying that a lot of these places are not even gonna close. They're gonna try to maybe do an all night thing. So they're gonna be making money all Friday and all Saturday. So I think it's big for the economy of the city. The whole thing is just tremendous for them to have this spotlight. And again, I don't know if we could even dreamed of this 4 or 5 years ago, even when the program was starting to get better. Even at that point, I don't know if we thought we'd have game day here, man, to be at this point in 2 top 25 teams. The first time Memphis has ever been in the top 25 and hosted a top 25 team at the Liberty Bowl. So it's a big day, big day for the program and for the city again. And I can't wait for it, man. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We're talking with Isaac Simpson. TigerSportsReport.com, which is the Rivals affiliate here in Memphis. The co-host of TSR Live with him and Brian Moss, and I know Larry Marley and all of y'all doing some great stuff on Tiger Sports Report, man. So, but as far as the game is concerned, now, and this is almost the background of everything, is the game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But this is a very important game coming up. You talk about, again, the undefeated SMU team coming in here. But very good quarterback play. And coming off one of the most dramatic games in Tiger history last week.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness. Leading into this, what do you think needs to be done, the Tigers need to focus on in order to win against SMU coming up?
Well, first off, you go back to that Tulsa game, and they started off with up 14-0. Looked like they were really about to blow Tulsa out, and then I don't know what happened with the defense, but by the end of the game, I mean, they couldn't stop. Tulsa was basically doing whatever they want, just running the ball. And this game against SMU, SMU can really put points on the board. I think they're averaging 43 points a game. I think Memphis averages 39.5. So you know this SMU team, that the air raid offense with Sonny Dykes, they're going to air it out. They can also run the football. I mean, their running back, Xavier Jones, has 884 yards and 14 touchdowns on the season. You talk about Kenny Gainwell. Xavier Jones has been really good as well. The defense is going to have to play better and be consistent. I mean, we've seen in games where they'll play well in spots and then struggle, even against some of the lower tier. You go back to the losing game, and comes to mind in games where the defense struggle against even subpar competition. And we've talked about this defense, especially after the Ole Miss game, and how much improved they've been. They've been inconsistent all year, and I think that's one point. They're going to have to get pressure on Bouchel and make him, even if you can't get all the way home, you got to make him uncomfortable, because if not, he can step back there and pick you apart. One positive for Memphis, if there's a positive, is their lead receiver yardage-wise, Reggie Roberson Jr., is questionable for the game, and there's a possibility that he might not play. But even with him being out, I mean, you got James Prochet, who I think is going to be playing on Sundays next year. I mean, he has 692 yards, 9 touchdowns. They have a tight end, Kylan Granson. Kylan Granson is a good player as well. And I expect if Reggie Roberson's not able to play, that their wide receiver 3, Myron Galliard, will step in and play. And he's kind of a speed guy. He can stretch the field as well. So this Tiger defense, they're going to have to get pressure on Bouchel, and this back line, the secondary, is going to have to play better as well, because they did not play well in that Tulsa game. And I think they're really missing Santez Blake back there, who's out indefinitely. There's a possibility that he might not be back this season. So it's going to be next man up, man, and they got to shore things up, because this SMU offense with this air raid offense that they run, it can really put points on the board in a hurry. They can get those big plays down the field like you see Memphis do with these home runs. So this defense got to play a lot better than they played in the second half against Tulsa. It's going to be a long night for the Tigers if not. Yeah,
I agree 100%, because you talk about the Tulsa game. I mean, from all aspects, the defense just got beat up, and you saw.
I don't know what happened.
It was so crazy. I mean, it was almost like it was like watching, somebody get beat up and you couldn't do anything about it. You just had to sit,
you couldn't do anything about it.
Had to sit and watch over and over. And
because it wasn't like Tulsa was doing anything exotic or anything. They were just running the ball straight up their throat, man, straight down their throat, and they couldn't stop it. I mean, third down, it'd be third and medium, third and 6, third and 7 every time, running middle 8-9 yards. I mean, they just couldn't stop it.
It's crazy, and I know Tulsa was better than and just like we talked about before the game, Tulsa was better than their record indicated. But I mean, my goodness, the way that looked, and that kicker, man, I don't even know what to say. End of that game. But I mean, and I got to get your thoughts real quick, not to go too much in the past, but this is the first time we talked since that game. What were your thoughts when he missed? Was it the same as everybody else? I mean, I think
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because before they snapped it, I had a feeling that something's gonna go wrong. Either they're gonna fumble the snap, or they had blocked a couple field goals earlier. I thought maybe they block it, or did he miss it? I had a feeling that he would, and then when he missed it, it was weird. I was excited, but ran around my house a little bit. But you go back to the SMU game. He missed several in that game as well. So the kicker is really struggling. And for some reason, I had a weird feeling that he wasn't going to make it, and it wasn't even close, man. He hooked that thing left, and somebody's living right over at the University of Memphis, though, because I kind of talked about that on Twitter, how the magnitude of that kick on either side of the spectrum from Memphis and what it would have meant if he made it versus what it meant if he didn't make it. I mean, you probably had game day probably wouldn't be here. If you're thinking New Year's Six Bowl for Memphis, all of that would have been out the window. AAC West probably would have been out the window if he made the kick. So that was a big-time miss for Memphis and the way that thing played out. But he missed it, man. And again, we're sitting here, everything's still on the table for this Tiger team, and it's crazy to think about how one play could affect so much.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable, man. Once again, we're talking with Isaac Simpson, TigerSportsReport.com, joining me previewing SMU and Memphis and what this means, going forward for this program. It looks like, I don't know if it's official yet as a sellout, but it's basically, I mean, last I saw it was like 2,000 tickets now. If not,
I think it's about last I heard it was about 1,500, and I think I've talked to a lot of people. They said they're having problems getting seats together. I think there are a lot of singles left out here. So if you want to go to the game, a lot of people you might have to split up. You can get in, but you might not be able to sit together. So I think it's going to be sold out. I kind of predicted. We talked on TSR Live about the attendance, and honestly, I'm surprised. I predicted 48.5, and kind of the reason why, no disrespect to SMU, is SMU is not a team that's going to bring a lot of fans in from the area. I mean, when we've seen these 50,000-plus crowds in Memphis, it's usually against the SEC team, whether it's Ole Miss or Tennessee. There was one game, Navy, several years ago, that I think they had over 50,000. But usually it's the SEC school that brings 5 to 10,000 fans in themselves when we see these big crowds. I think this is the first time, really, outside of, that Navy game, where this has been a hard Memphis sellout, because I think, from what I've been told, I think they only allotted SMU maybe 500 tickets. So this is going to be pretty much Memphis. So I was kind of surprised. I predicted 48.5, and they've blown well past that. And I think we might be looking at a sellout again. Only about 1,500 tickets left, from what I've been told.
That is amazing. And I love the fact, man. So that's Tiger Nation showing up and showing out huge,
man.
Because I think what's happening here is you're getting a lot of the casuals, or even
casual fan,
a lot that may not know as much as the diehards. But as this game day and all this hype, it's like, hey, I'm gonna go to the game.
That's what. That's it. I was gonna say. I said that on Twitter yesterday. I talked about it. It's an event. I mean, with the game day, everything. Even if you don't really support the football team or know anything about football, I think civically it's a big deal for the city. So, and I was encouraging people, even if you're not a Tiger fan or you really don't care anything or not alumni of the university or anything, come out to this game. Get some people together, man. Come out to this game, because, again, this being sold out is big not only for this university, but I think it's big for the city.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And so looking at Memphis, what do you think kind of on the Memphis offensive end? Is that the part that we really don't have about too much? Because, I know we've talked about Brady White as a topic all year, but I don't think anything could be argued, at least up to this point, the last few games. He has really stepped up. I mean, you talk about the big pass he made to Coxie late in that game, the Tulsa game, and, running down the field. And the combination, everybody seems to be cylinders offensively at the right time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Brady White has definitely, over the last few games, stepped up. I mean, you talk about that pass to DeMonte Coxie, just a great read on that one, great pass to Coxie. Coxie made a play on the ball. You go back to that Tulane game, but Brady White was fantastic on that one. I think you got to give a lot of credit. I think one thing that really improved with the offensive line is really improved over the last few games. They played a lot better, keeping them clean. I don't even think he got touched in the Tulsa game. I mean, Tulane game, I know he didn't. And I'm trying to remember, did he get sacked in the Tulsa game? Maybe once.
Maybe.
Trying to think back, but the offensive line has played really well. And offensively, I think, and you look at SMU, they're only giving up 116.8 yards on the ground, but they haven't faced off against a guy like Kenneth Gainwell. You're not gonna shut Kenny down. So I think Memphis will be able to run the football. One thing that worries me a little bit about this game, and I talked about this throughout the week, is with it being all of the hoopla, because college game day is a big game. nationally televised. I hope Memphis doesn't come out too amped up and try to get into a game where Brady's trying to compete with Bouchel and they're getting away from what they do and run the football and trying to air it out and throw it down all over the field, because that's something that you don't want to happen. Memphis needs to stay in what they do, run the football and take those shots when you get the opportunity to, because if you get into a game where Brady's just trying to air it out, I think you might run into some problems. So Memphis needs to come out, and when you got a big crowd like that, you like to come out and jump on them early to keep that crowd engaged. You don't want SMU to come out and take the lead and kind of take the crowd out of it, because you definitely want to take advantage of that. Exactly. But again, I think Memphis needs to stay within themselves, run the football to set up the pass, and other than that, I think they'll be fine. But because I think even though, despite how good SMU has been against the run, I think Kenneth Gainwell will be able to get his yardage. I don't think anybody in the country could shut him down.
Man, it's amazing what he's doing. Do we see Patrick Taylor at all in this game?
Oh, that's interesting. They've been kind of non-committal on whether he's going to play or not. I think you could see some snaps from him. I think if it is, it will be limited. I would like to see them put him in on the goal line, get some goal line opportunities to kind of get his feet back under him, and then you got a bye week next week. So I think that would get him here a little bit. If it was me, I would get him some snaps this week. I wouldn't put too much on him, because again, getting the way Kenneth's playing, you really don't need him, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if you can get some opportunities on the goal line, I think I'd put him in to see what he could do there.
Yeah, absolutely. Even a good feel-good thing, to have him in a big game like this as well. At least
a big game like this.
Yeah, a big, at least be involved in some capacity. But definitely, man. But last thing I want to ask you, kind of on a little bit of a different note here, because this was something that went on during the week. It was one of the weirdest things. And maybe you can justify it some, but there was this rumor going around on the Tiger basketball side, with the James Wiseman not being eligible, and of course the Tigers put it out there. It's like, we took care of that a long time ago. But where in the world did that come from? It almost seemed like just a rumor just to start people talking. It didn't make any sense. What was that?
Yeah, man, Tiger fans are paranoid, man. They've been worried about this James Wiseman thing. I probably got hit up about that more than anything since I've been covering the Tigers. I think, and I actually about a week and a half ago, someone DM'd me about it, and I actually hadn't even heard that. And then so I did some digging, and then I talked about it, especially at the Lemoyne Owen game when he worked out and looked great out there, and then didn't play. People thought, well, maybe there's something going on. The national media picked it up, and which they're going to jump on anything negative with Memphis anyway. So they wanted it to be something else. But I never really believed that there was anything else going on, and I think it was actually Jeff Calkins that got the scoop on that from saying that he's been eligible since the summer.
Yep.
But I never really thought that. I think it's more of a situation where his camp and his people around him have looked at this situation and said, man, you're worth billions of dollars. These are two exhibition games. I think he actually suffered the injury, I think, at the combine. Kind of rolled his ankle. I think they looked at the situation and said, man, there's no reason for you to go out here to these exhibition games and risk this. We're just going to sit out until the opener. What we see going on now, it's definitely something that can be watched going forward, because I got a feeling that this might not be the last time. I think he might, any little ailment he gets, the people around him might say, maybe you might want to sit out this game. So that's something to watch going forward. But I never thought that there was anything going on with his eligibility and that. But he's ready to go. I mean, if he's out there working out pregame, there's nothing going on with James Wiseman. I think he'll be ready to go Tuesday night against South Carolina State.
I agree 100%, man. It shows how you talk about paranoid. I think that's the perfect word. Even with some media, like I heard Gary Parrish went down there busting in the university. Hey, is he eligible? I'm like, man, what are we doing? Because he didn't play against Lemoyne Owen and Christian Brothers. Oh, something's wrong. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it, man. Memphis sports is at an all-time high, especially at the university. So a lot to look forward to. Isaac, man, let the people know how they can follow you and get all you guys great Tiger scoops there.
Yeah, man, we got all kind of stuff going on, man. TigerSportsReport.com. You can check that out. We got our 901 special. You can get your subscription for $9.01, man. You can't beat it. But you can follow me on Twitter at Isaac_Rivals. It's AAC_Rivals, and you follow my man Brian Moss as well. Rivals B Moss on Twitter. Always got great stuff over there, man. So make sure you go over there, check out all the great content. It's a big weekend, so we got TSR live, the pregame show before the game, coming up at 4 p.m. on Saturday, live from the Liberty Bowl. So a lot of stuff going on, man. A big weekend. I'm excited for it, man. And always excited to talk to you here on Thursdays, man. I'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, that's Isaac Simpson dropping some more good stuff, man. That coverage from Memphis Rivals and TigerSportsReport.com. And I had to get a question out there because the whole thing with Wiseman, man, it was one of the weirdest, most random rumors to come out that I've seen, started by, I know the fan base being concerned, but to me, it almost felt like the media was just stoking its own just to get some talk. It just, everybody I talked to that was in the know said that that's just there's nothing to it, and they should know that there's nothing to it, especially people that are supposed to be connected. That shouldn't even be a question. So it almost makes you wonder, are they trying to find something with Penny early? I mean, before his best season or most anticipated season, you almost have to create a dramatic mess to be a distraction. It makes you really wonder. I know nobody's really looked at that angle, but I just don't know, man. I don't know what went in the process of that. But if y'all got some thoughts on that, y'all can definitely hit me up. The number to call, because I'm going to take a quick commercial break here, but the number to call is 901-213-6020. You can also leave your comments online as well. And we're going to be back right after this here on Talkback Live Sports, here on the Talkback Live Network.
If you're looking for some of the best old-fashioned burgers and cakes in town, Lotta Burger is the place to go for all of your favorites. Lotta Burger, 2260 South 3rd, Memphis, Tennessee, 901-946-2001. They're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. And the items on their menu include single, double, triple burgers, Philly sandwiches, smoked sausages, beef hot dogs, grilled cheese, tenders, fries, onion rings, and more. Call in orders must be done before 11 a.m. No calls accepted after 11 a.m. Drive-thru is available. Hungry for a burger? Lotta Burger, 2260 South 3rd, Memphis, Tennessee, 901-946-2001. Don't just settle for any burger. Get a Lotta Burger.
Big Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copy, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamp, full color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30 plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Big Graphics Printing.
C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Southern Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris Day for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
to the show, Talk Back Live Sports. A little less than a half hour left in the program. If y'all want to join in on the conversation, you can still do so. 901-213-6020 is the number. And still got some stuff to talk about here in a big, big weekend for Tigers athletics, mainly football-wise, man. And still one of those weekends where you sit and you wonder, it's amazing. You almost reflect on how we got to this point. You know, we kind of did that a little earlier in the week, if you remember. I played the Tommy West press conference where he talked about how painful it was to be the head coach of a football team where the university was not invested in the program. And all he wanted was the fans and the university to get behind the program. And you'd be amazed at what you see. Years later, new athletic director, new president of the university, new everything that came in. Tom Bowen, now M. David Rudd, and you have an entirely new regime. Tom Bowen was the one that was there when Fuente got here and all that stuff. And now Laird Veach, who's the new athletic director at the University of Memphis. And we are just taking onward and upward from there in every part of the athletic department. So definitely big shout out to those people to help Tiger football get to where it is today. Because again, it's still amazing to me. There's one thing I've talked about and continue to talk about is we all know Tiger basketball is this city's baby. You know what I mean? But with what's happened with Tiger football and the success that has come along with it as of late, for Memphis football to get the national spotlight, let alone the city spotlight in a time where, you know, the most anticipated basketball season in Tiger history is coming up this Tuesday. And the talk of the town is Tiger football. It just shows that everything is on the right track, according to everybody. So I'm looking forward to the game itself. Now, the game itself, a lot of people feel it's secondary, and I was even listening to different radio stations, and they were saying, well, and he was saying, I believe it was John, he said, well, I don't even care if we lose, it's still his buzz on it right now. For me, I don't know if I could feel that way. I want to win. You know, because you got to think about, I'm not saying it would make this whole weekend a disaster if the Tigers don't win, but it does matter if they lose or win, because you got to think about this. This is how you take your program to an even higher level than you already are. We can't just get complacent at where the Tigers program is, which is a great place. But just imagine, you still have a program where you're 7-1. You ain't getting sellouts every game like a lot of SEC schools around the same area. I feel like this is an opportunity. If the Tigers win, if they show up and show out like we're doing, their exciting brand of football, all of that stuff, you know, all of that stuff that comes with it. I got caught up reading that. But all that stuff that comes with it. And can you imagine with all the casual fans that are going to be going to this game, not just the passionate Tiger fans, but the ones that are just looking to have a good time, may not know a lot about the football program. This is the introduction to these people of the football program. You want to leave a good impression. You don't want to leave a team, an impression of a team that's good, but they lose. You want to go and win. And you never know, that could win over some new fans that can consistently come to the Liberty Bowl and say, hey, I didn't know I could have such a good time coming to Tiger football games. You would think they should know by now, but it is what it is. So I think all of that needs to be taken into consideration. That's why I think winning matters. You know, it's great for the program, for game day. It's great for the Liberty Bowl to have a sellout, which is basically a done deal at this point. But to retain those people, you have to win. Winning cures all. Winning matters. And not only that, not only just on that level. Let's look at the level for the college football standings, for the top 25 rankings, for, even more importantly, the AAC rankings. You lose another game, you fall 2 games behind SMU, that's not a good look. It's going to be real tough to make it to the AAC title game. You have to rely on SMU to go on a serious losing streak for that to even become a possibility, because these are 2 AAC West teams. And you better believe, I think Memphis is even favored heading into the game over an SMU team that's ranked higher than Memphis. It has a better record. So don't think SMU is not going to come up in here with a chip on their shoulder. Memphis has everything in their favor with this game, and that concerns me. That concerns me. Everything's in their favor. Nobody's looking at Memphis as the underdog. The game day's here. You got a sellout crowd. SMU doesn't have a lot of their fans here. So SMU's going to come in ready to play spoiler. And the Tigers do not need to let their guard down, because you can easily get punched in the mouth. Now, you know how a Mustang is, or kicked in the teeth. So we'll see what happens, man. Y'all let me know what you think. How do you feel about the game? How do you feel about this weekend and everything that's coming up involving Memphis football? Once again, the number is 901-213-6020. Got a comment here from Greg. He said, Josh is just I guess he means just like anything else. If people don't know your business, they will make something up for you. That's a great point. And what he's talking about is when I was talking about James Wiseman and Tiger basketball, how, I guess, if you want to look at the fact that Penny hasn't really let people behind the curtain too much about what he plans on doing with Wiseman, maybe that caused some people to make up a rumor. And it makes you wonder, as much as some of these folks around here say they're all for Tigers, they're all for Penny, they're all for the basketball program, to make up something that ludicrous really makes you wonder some of these folks' motives. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of y'all, some of y'all in the Tigers groups were even discussing about different radio personalities and how, you're willing to go out on a limb and say something so egregious without any evidence. Talk about journalistic integrity or lack thereof. That's just crazy to me. But Tiger basketball does have a very anticipated season coming up, kind of getting into that for a second. This preseason had some concerns. Even Penny Hardaway kind of acknowledged, didn't really say concerns, but some things to work on coming out of those games. Turnovers, rebounding, things of that nature. How the guards need to be better handling the ball, things of that nature. I think some of that will improve when James Wiseman is on the floor, especially the rebounding part, because that's what he does: rebounds, block shots, putbacks, things of that nature. I'm sure Malcolm Dandridge, whenever he does come back, is going to be a huge addition on the rebounding part as well. Because one thing about it, I was seeing an article, I think the Commercial Appeal or the Daily Memphian, one of them, they're both basically the same thing to me. But they wrote about the muscle mass and the weight that was gained by Wiseman. And a lot of these guys, if you look at this team is more built physically, let's talk about Tiger basketball, than I've seen in a long time. It's been one of the things, we talked about here on the show for years. Some Tiger basketball teams, dating back to Josh Pashner, were way too skinny for my liking. They're lanky and they could run, but physically they seemed very underdeveloped. Not this team. They're just as young as some of those teams, but these guys really built up. They had a great strength and conditioning program, evidently great weight program. And they kind of detail some of those details. But the reason I brought that up is because you can see the strength increase in James Wiseman, who's lanky, heading into the summer. And now he's got some muscle mass. Malcolm Dandridge was already a man, physically. But now, even more so, from what I've seen from him and some pictures. I know our reporter, Leon Taylor, was at both preseason games and got some video and some pictures of Dandridge sitting on the bench, and he just looked swole. So we're going to have some beef with both of those guys coming up over the next few months. So that's going to be something to look forward to down low. And I think that's going to answer some of the problems when it comes to rebounding. But everything else, I think, will work itself out as time goes along and as experience continues to happen. So we shall see. Don't know if Damian Ball is going to start at point guard. Don't know if he's going to go with the experienced Alex Lomax, Tyler Harris. I think it's more than likely he's going to come off the bench because you have so many other freshman guards that can do things. So that's gonna be something to watch with Lester Quiones and Boogie Ellis and, like I said, Damian Ball, guys like that. They have size, shooting ability, able to handle the ball, run the point. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how that shakes itself out as well. I'm going to check some of these other comments here, see what else has come in. Let's see. Linda Daniel says PT might just show up and the fans will go wild. Now, PT, who's that? Not Penny. I don't think that's Penny Hardaway. Who's PT? Clarify with me who PT is. Maybe I'll pardon my ignorance on that comment there. But let me know what you think about that, or what your comments are on that. Looking here, Bishop CJ says, wow, they were fishing. And I'm sure that's talking about Wiseman and all of that stuff. Kenneth Townsend said they are haters that don't like to see black excellence. Oh, Kenneth went there. Hey, y'all let me know what you think about Kenneth's comments on that there with the some of the media and the hating going on, or the speculation of whether James Wiseman is eligible. But so, and I'm stuck on that for a minute because let's think back here. You're talking about the same James Wiseman that speaks Mandarin Chinese fluently. The same James Wiseman that is an outstanding student academically. I know they couldn't mean they thought he was ineligible as far as that was concerned. Maybe, I mean, what else could it be? That really does rub me the wrong way. People may want to say, oh, Josh, it's just one of those things. No, it's not. It's almost like saying, it's like calling somebody, and maybe not to this severe, but it's the only thing I could think of, calling somebody a drug dealer when they're not. They're a pastor at a church, and they don't even know what drugs looks like, but you insist that there's a possibility that they're doing this. But you have no proof, no evidence to substantiate what you are putting out there in the air, therefore tarnishing said person's reputation. And then that's going to float around, even if it's proven to be not true. It's going to be floating around in the air. Well, what's really going on? Some of the national media is talking about, well, could this be a thing? We don't know how Penny got these players. Where all of that just out of nothing. Media members wanted to throw some stuff out there to make themselves sound important. And I do take exception to that. The fans don't deserve that heading into this season unless you have some real, legit evidence. I'm not saying if you know something for real to not say it, but if you don't, then don't say it until you know for sure. Don't just put stuff out there so you can hedge your bets and say, well, I had this out there first. So, yeah, that did rub me the wrong way. And I don't blame it. I saw a lot of you guys comment yesterday and the day before that it rubbed you guys the wrong way. Let me know how you felt about that also. Now, real quick, 10 minutes I have remaining. Want to bring up a couple things. Now, one, as far as the Grizzlies are concerned, I hadn't talked about them too much this week, and I think deservedly so, because I see some reaction about the Grizz and how they lost to the Lakers by 29 points the other day. Where it was close through 3.5 quarters, and then Anthony Davis went for 40 points and 20 rebounds against the Grizzlies. How Jaren Jackson continues to be in foul trouble in most of the games this season. And people are starting to worry about his potential going forward. I still think there's nothing really to worry about on that end. Now, if we come to the end of the season and he still has to learn how to play without fouling out, despite how talented he is, he would have something to worry about, legitimately. But within the first 10 games, I'm not really worried about that. This team, we're not expecting to win anyway, and I think once the season gets going, it's one of those things, and I feel like I've been pretty consistent. Don't get your hopes up. They may get you excited one game, and the next game they're going to bring you back down to earth. And that didn't happen twice over early on in the season. It's going to be one of those things where I don't even think, and tell me what y'all think about this. When I hear Coach Jenkins, if y'all don't know, that's the Grizzlies head coach. I don't blame you if you don't know his name. You may look like, who's that dude on the sideline? That's actually their coach. But when I look at Coach Jenkins after the game, after you lose 29 to the Lakers, and he's like, well, I think we did this good, we did that good. Looking at his face, and he knows they're not going to win a lot of games. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's his goal to win a lot of games. I don't think he wants to win a lot of games, and it's probably a good thing. You look at Coach Jenkins, he's like, well, hey, we lost another game. We improved in this area, that area. We need to improve in this area and that area. He doesn't look like a guy that's sweating wins and losses, and I think that's because of what he's hearing from the front office, that you're just out there to direct traffic, to play guys. Let's see who can play, who can't. See if we need to make a move, who we need to hang on to. I think there's a lot of scouting and a lot of, I don't want to say tanking, but a lot of losing and scouting going on with the Grizzlies right now, and I think that's what they want to do. You play the young players, you stick them out there, you take chances, you experiment, you do all of those things, and then you evaluate going forward. That's what this year is going to be. Now, with that being said, how do you feel about a team and a coach that literally, I believe, is not trying their best to win games, because that's not the focus? Is that a good thing? Even in a year where you're young and you're not, having any championship aspirations, do you feel good about having a team that is just out there kind of going through the motions a little bit, and prodding and prying and pulling things and trying new things? How do you feel about that? On the one hand, I'm like, man, I think you want to try to at least be competitive, but at the same time, I'm not going to be mad at them for doing that. I think it's good to be self-aware. If you know you suck, you suck. Try to act like you don't. Just go out here and, try to get another good draft pick. I kind of think that's where the Grizzlies are right now. So if y'all got hyped over Ja Morant's 30 points and his coming out party against Brooklyn, he comes out and goes not nearly 30 points against the Lakers, and you're kind of feeling down, I wouldn't worry yourself whatsoever. Ja's going to be great. and the team's going to be good with time. But if I was you guys, focus your attention not on FedEx Forum when it comes to the Grizzlies, but focus it with the Tigers and the Tigers football team at the Liberty Bowl. Let the Grizzlies be that periphery. You know, that thing that you see is like, hey, let's see what they got going on. Don't let it be your focus, because if it's your focus, you're going to be angry a whole lot. You're going to be angry, your blood pressure is going to go up, and you're going to be, we don't need you being sick with all this other winning going on in sports in Memphis. Don't let the Grizzlies bring you down by focusing on that. So those are just my thoughts on the Grizz and what they got going on, man. But last thing I'm going to talk about, Tigers, SMU, game day this weekend. I saw some pictures. The trucks are downtown. They were working with I saw the 18-wheelers on Beale. They already got stuff blocked off, and they're working on setting it up as we speak. So that is going to be quite awesome. And we talked about it this morning. I know a lot of y'all called me and Bob this morning. We'll talk back live with Bob and Josh when we were live, talking about a lot of things, but including game day and the football game. But y'all let me know. I know some new people coming in that weren't watching this morning. Do you plan on going down to game day? Are you gonna hang out on Beale? You got a sign ready? What are we gonna looking like? Because some of the stuff I saw, from downtown on Beale and everything, they got all the restaurants and bars and whatever else you want to say open 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning with these different specials to get a lot of people warmed up, so to speak. So let me see here. Got another comment. Bishop CJ says they're in the rebuilding phase, just as they were with the Gasols, Conley, and Zach, a.k.a. Zebo. I agree. So that's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with them losing. But that's going to do it for me, man, on today. I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in, for watching, for listening, however you may be. If you want to follow and keep up with Talkback Live Network, you can do so by liking our Facebook page, Talkback Live with Bob and Josh. Also, Talkback Live Network on Facebook, and WTBL Talkback Live Network on Facebook as well. All of those platforms and places you can follow the show. Also, Twitter at Talkback Live, and you can catch the podcast version on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. And so y'all check us out on all those platforms, including the Spreaker app, Spreaker. It's not speaker, it's Spreaker with an R, Spreaker. Download that free app. Search Talkback Live, one word, Talkback Live, and you'll find us there. And once you find the show, click on it, and then click the yellow star that you will see, and you will be notified each and every time we go live. And you can listen to me and Bob, and whatever else we have on live anywhere you go in the world. So that's going to do it for me on today, man. Be sure y'all have a great and blessed weekend, and we will talk to you guys next time.
If you're looking for some of the best old-fashioned burgers and cakes in town, Lotta Burger is the place to go for all of your favorites. Lotta Burger, 2260 South 3rd, Memphis, Tennessee, 901-946-2001. They're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. And the items on their menu include single, double, triple burgers, Philly sandwiches, smoked sausage, beef hot dogs, grilled cheese, tenders, fries, onion rings, and more. Call-in orders must be done before 11 a.m. No calls accepted after 11 a.m. Drive-thru is available. Hungry for a burger? Lotta Burger, 2260 South 3rd, Memphis, Tennessee, 901-946-2001. Don't just settle for any burger. Get a Lotta Burger.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.